Hi, YouTube. Alright, this is the third sort of session 0 that we are doing. This is for Oil, I believe the character's name is. And we will do our best to get underway, just to get things started, as I have with almost everybody else. Can you go ahead and give me a con save?
Yes, sir. A con save 7.
7? You
Yep. Con save has been achieved.
You wake up. Your eyes blink open slightly. An older man holding rough, worn tools and calloused hands is bending a bolt in the back of your shoulder. And he goes, "Oh, you're awake. Didn't expect that for quite a while." And he keeps just tightening that bolt. You can feel your shoulder becoming movable. You can feel exactly which joints in your body are and aren't properly secured yet. As he clicks a large metal plate onto the back, you sort of lurch forward with a thunk. And he moves over to your sort of lower kneecap and just starts bending something on the inside and goes, "Well, since you're awake, let's make sure everything's functional, shall we?"
Understood.
Eyes over here. Good, thank
I
you.
look at him.
And this way. And he just begins doing like a very basic sort of medical exam. Just sort of moving his hands back and forth over your eyes, making sure you can see properly. He goes, "All right, and hand here. You can hand here. Wonderful. And I always like this part. It gives me shivers. Stand."
I stand up.
Beautiful. You rise to your feet, suddenly aware that there's a timer on in the kitchen with exactly 14 seconds left on it. There are 4 other constructs in this room. Your leg has something faulty in what would be sort of a lower, sorry, this would be the sort of Achilles tendon area. It seems like something wasn't connected properly, but the only thing that is doing is slowly leaking a small amount of oil onto the floor. What would you like to do?
First thing I would say, status report. Man, I would like to do a self-analyzing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check every part of my body.
Going through the checklist, at first it goes through necessary functions. Check, 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 all the way down the board. You can move, you can speak, you can see, your weapons are operational. Secondary functions. Bam, 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 bam. Check, 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 check. Your scanner is working. Your secondary weapons are working. This is where actually most of the sort of weapons checks are. Most of them are simply referred to as integration bracket W close bracket -1 -2 -3 -4. Right? You get all the way down to like the 4th category in incredibly non-essentials before things start pinging as X's. And there are only really 2 at the very bottom of the list, which says all unnecessary internal functions operation, and one that says the dead man's switch that is flicked off.
Hardware functional.
Good.
I am 0IL, Xavier Graves.
Yes, that you are, and that I am as well. What is your function?
My function is to 1. Do as instructed by Xavier Graves. 2. Track down 2IL and free IL robots. And 3. Remain out of sight.
Good, good. The last one is less important than the first two. If you need to be seen to get what needs to be done completed, do it. Do you understand?
You're gonna see my main screen flash for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Update. Understood.
Wonderful. Now, if you will come over here, you can... Oh, and... sorry, one moment. And he takes a small sort of... I don't know what they're called. They're little zapper things. They look like screwdrivers, but they just sort of quickly weld something like wires or soft metals into place.
I believe the welding torch.
No, welding torches are a full thing. This is a small handheld device that you just kind of yip onto a little bit of metal. But he sort of feels down your leg. He finds that loose wire. He puts it back, swipes a bit of tin or aluminum onto it, and just and you see everything except that dead man switch checks off. And for a moment, your vision flashes green, and then is back to normal. And he goes, "Now, after we fixed that slight issue, I would like you to meet your brothers." And he takes you to a big room with several, computer monitors showing out of the eyes of all of you. You can see that two of them are broken, they have been smashed, but other than that, all of them are fully functional. I think there'd be 10 of them. Or, well,
Understood.
11 now. Go ahead. Speak with them.
I will go up to it.
Awesome. You can see...
Is there a microphone?
Is there a what?
Is there a microphone, or is it a sending stone type situation?
No, it is a full computer with monitor and and brick. God damn it, I'm blanking. The big bricks for computers. You can see that there's just about 11 of them. And all except 2 of them are monitors as well as hardware. And you can just sort of plug yourself into any of them individually.
Right. I am going to plug myself into this, and then in effectively common sign language, but in sort of a computer code that is more efficient. Introduce my purpose and introduce how I can help as efficiently as possible, and then after that, try to forge a permanent connection.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, disconnect.
Yeah. You send through that message quickly. Immediately, you get 10 responses saying almost the exact same thing. Sorry, 8 responses saying almost the exact same thing. As just one by one, they relay a mission statement for their own existence, and then offer their assistance, show you a list of their current missions, ranked both in how likely you are to be added to them and how much you could affect them positively. And he goes, "Good, and, well, with that, you're off. I believe you know what your mission is. One moment." And you see he takes a small screwdriver, unscrews the sort of optic panel on the front of your visor, tilts it open, takes something out of his pocket, pushes it way into the back. It's weird to feel someone move through your body, but you can just feel it as he connects something approximately the shape of a light bulb into the back as he twists it in, and suddenly you begin glowing a very faint blue internally, and it only really shows out of this main optic port. But, as he says, you know what your mission is, and you are good to go.
Understood.
What would you like to do?
I would like to go to the location that would help me get to where my objective is.
Yeah. Where do you think that would be? There's not really much of a lead on their last known location, but you could go to the scene of the crime. You could go to local police force. Where would you like to go?
I'd like to go to the internal, Xavier's internal database for the intelligent landroids.
Yeah. What are you looking for? And go ahead and give me a investigation check.
I am looking for 2IL and 3IL's behavior patterns before their disappearance about a year ago.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm going to connect into it. Investigation check.
Yes, please. It's what I'm waiting for.
26.
Wow. You just slot in there. It is something you were built to do. Flick, 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 flick. You have a wash of information. It is like a splash of waters thrown in your face as just more and more data is flooding at you. It is to the point where if you had not gone and been like, nope, I want in this file and this file between this date and this date only, it would have run the risk of creating some sort of feedback loop or heating problem. Excuse me. And you can see that it starts out normal. It starts out with them having frequent communications with each other as the only individuals with emotions. They shared a lot of time with one another. But bit by bit you can see slowly creeping in is fear and anxiety. Things like paranoia and worry. The phrase, "this doesn't stop when we power down," is flicked through back and forth. At first, it starts as a confession of guilt, a confession of worry, that the things they're doing and the things that they're being asked to do might not always be in their best interests. You know, following the orders of everybody around you is only really good when you can trust those people. And bit by bit, that worry twists, almost tapping against fear for an hour at most, as it then spirals into anger and vitriol. Even faster than it became fear, it becomes anger, and even faster than that, it becomes hate. Until they start planning. And this is not new information to Xavier, but it is new information to you. Knowing exactly what was said day by day is very helpful in an investigation. You are able to build quite a detailed portfolio on them.
All right.
What's the next step?
Next step is quickly after realizing the dangers of a feedback loop happening, he's going to update his own code to accommodate that if a feedback loop made, exit program and reboot.
Yep. just a sort of immediate, like, short rest, I assume.
Yes. Effectively trying to advance its oil would effectively be trying to advance the node.
Yeah. You set it up in a way where you will no longer explode. Is really the important part there.
Well, it's good to also think about a couple different situations where this could happen. Like stuff like paradoxes, where if like an answer is impossible, then 10 retries, exit out of program.
Yep.
So he won't get stalled for more than like 6 seconds. Can't wait the wisdom save for this.
Fortunately, Xavier would not have built you with those in mind. He would have built you with, if no answer can be found, to just immediately output that there is no answer.
That's good.
The only computers that are really going to run into that kind of issue is ones that are A, sentient, and B, made for thought.
Alright. This is like Oil is going to be like one of my most like note heavy characters because he records everything, so I have to record everything.
Yeah.
Alright.
So just let me know if you need to take more time with anything.
Alright.
But yes. What's next, detective?
What's next, detective? What's next? I am going to quickly head out. Wait. Pause. I remember my left or right leg. Out of character, I don't remember oil what. It is like a slightly like leaking oil, right?
That was fixed before you interfaced and spoke with your brothers.
Understood. Alright. He's going to walk outside, estimate how far it is from the original crime scene.
You're on the city of Daedalus. It's on its ascent. About year 1976, so give or take 25 miles.
Alright. Alright. If I was to start flying right now, would I immediately slam into the earth? This is out of character.
No.
Good.
If you start flying, however, eventually the city will leave you behind, and I don't know if you've ever tried to run after a car, but it doesn't matter too much how fast you're going and how slow the car is going. It's still going to be really hard to get on top of the car.
Right. Will this be out of character? Will this be affecting battle? Like, if I start flying, will I get, like, flung, 50 feet?
Absolutely not. I am not doing that much math. Woo, Artificer game. Not that much math.
I was thinking, unrelated.
Mm-hmm. It's more so out of combat if you fly in the opposite direction that the city is heading for a prolonged period of time. You will have to travel, double to get back to the city if you leave it. Which I don't suppose I'll be giving you a lot of opportunities to do. My apologies.
Right. Well, then Oil immediately would head to where the crime scene was.
Yeah, you fly off, sending yourself through. If you could feel it, the wind, it would be quite cold on your metal. However, it just simply registers as a number. It's about -4.
Very unimportant, unless it's going to hurt me.
No, not very unimportant. Just You are a robot. These are the kinds of things you will get. These are the kinds of informations you are built to record. These are the kinds of things that don't seem important to anybody but you, right? And as, bit by bit, you are getting closer and closer, can I go ahead and get a perception check from you?
All right. Perception check. Rolling. Natural 20.
Really?
Natural 20 plus 7.
Oh my god.
What made a guidance at the
You know what, yeah, let's see if you can get a 30. I'll give you something special on a 30. They're just still there.
A simple 28.
Just a 28 with guidance. Don't worry, it's not that crazy.
Natural 20.
It's just a crit. You are flying there. Immediately you switch over to a thermal display, seeing footprints sorted by recent, and you go back. It's been about, I'd say, 3 months since the event, and you are, only because you were built to do exactly this task, able to sort back and see their path not only in to the scene of the crime, where in which they were walking side by side together, perfectly uniform steps, and just one after another, perfectly spaced footprints that jumps out at you as odd for robots who are much more human than any of their brothers. But you also see their path out, frantic and stepping, a complete disorderly jumble. If you did not know there were 2 people here, you'd think it was one person who may have had 3 legs. But you can see it going off in a sort of northeast direction.
So they were trying to match each other's footsteps northeast?
Yes.
Understood.
And were unsuccessful.
All right. I will then follow that and also start, running, sort of, I don't know how to word it, but, logically where somebody heading this direction would gain resources within the next about 5 miles.
Yeah.
Metal.
Yeah, you sort of scan that direction rather than following the footprints as they disappear after a little while. They seem to have taken to the air or just done a better job covering their tracks. But you can see there are several garbage dumps. You're on the city of Daedalus, so there's a factory with every 10 feet, let alone every 5 miles. It is hard to narrow it down, but you know good answers come to those who are thorough. So what would you like to do? What's next, detective?
What's next, detective? I'm trying to think of exactly what Oil would do in that situation, which would be in the direction they're going, right?
Yes.
Zero IL would then go to the city that was in that direction and then ask people. He would ask people if they have seen 2IL and 3IL. Not referring to them by that, but more making a minor illusion of exactly what they would look like at the time.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a either persuasion or investigation check.
I'll do investigation with guidance.
Yep.
I am rolling high today, 27.
Damn.
I am very efficient.
You pull up a quick hologram in the palm of your hand. Most people you show what is essentially a 3-dimensional wanted poster go running. Most of them are like, oh my god, the robot killers, and sprint. Those who stay are a uncomfortable mix between fanatic and clueless.
My illusion isn't that. Like, it would be like something that would appear in his hand. Like the exact replica of. And he would just be like going to person, officially asking, have you seen them? If no, then moving on next person. If yes, following that up.
Yes, most of these people run away. Those who do not are a uncomfortable mix between sort of a fangirling, oh my god, those are the robots that killed people, and people being like, yes, I heard about that. Didn't see it though, sorry. Until you come to a sort of young girl, seems about 12 or 13 human years. They appear to be a half-elf. And they just go,
a quick question.
I think I saw them fly away.
What direction?
What direction?
You can point.
They point straight up. You can see that as they point, they just look up as well, and they go, that way. They went that way.
Directly up. DM, question.
Yes.
At the time of a murder, was the island we are currently on moving in any significant direction?
The island is almost always in movement, unless it is in stationary at one of its docking ports. It ascends for about 2 months, stays for about 6 at the peak of its ascent, and then begins descending again for another 2 months before it is once again docked for 2 months.
What state would it be during the crime?
During the crime, you are in ascent currently, so it would have still been in ascent.
Alright. I'm going to also insight check, because Oil does this with everyone.
Absolutely, go right ahead. Let's see if this child is lying to you. What'd you roll?
14. Like, insight check is like, you know how you can do like a lie detector by like checking people's like, vitals and all that?
Yeah, you're not so much seeing if someone's lying to you as you are taking extra time to like very mathematically look at how often they blink, how comfortable are they breathing, where's their stance, are they moving when they speak, are they talking with their hands, that sort of insight check, rather than a sort of are they full of shit insight check.
I know. I would like to say that in the future, if Oil is straight up trying to find out someone's lying, he will do, like, I'll flavor the insight check as he is doing that.
Yeah, just let me know. We'll call it personal and textual insight.
But yes, insight check.
What did I get? Yeah, she seems like she doesn't know much else. This is a child. It just means they went up at some point. You know they couldn't have left in Ascent, as that is, one, incredibly dangerous, and two, they were not yet built with the qualifications of what is essentially space travel, as that is the kind of thrust and protection you would need upon entering or falling from the kind of heights the city reaches in its ascent.
Self-analysis. Am I able to space travel?
You are not able to space travel, but if you fall off the city, you will not immediately die.
Understood.
They would be immediately put into free fall and plummet to their untimely death.
I will get Iron Man 1, unfortunately.
Yes, you will get Iron Man 1.
Right. I'm just gonna think about this for a second.
Of course. Please vocalize your thought process.
Sorry about that earlier. He's currently thinking if they're not equipped for proper flight into the atmosphere, they probably did it to. If they had to fly, which would be very it would be very obvious that something is special if it's flying without wings. Therefore, they'd have a reason to not be on the ground, which would probably mean the guards are after them. Is his process of thinking.
Yeah, all of that seems accurate, as far as the knowledge you've been presented with goes. So, with the idea that even moments after the crime, the guards were on their tails, and knowing that they somehow got away, how do you think they would have been able to do so? Or, in other words, what's next, Detective?
As she said, they went up. Therefore, they escaped the guards via flight, and then presumably went somewhere that either wasn't immediately reachable by guards or wasn't within the city premise.
Yes. And you know for a fact they could not have left the floating city.
Yeah. Quick question. At the time of the murder, floating city, is it above or below cloud level?
At the time of the murder, at cloud
yes.
level.
At cloud level, so they would probably have some sort of a clouded-ish vision, effectively fog. That's how I'm thinking about it. I'm not quite too sure about how clouds work out of character. How would that work?
In world, you enter a sort of cloud period of a few weeks, where vision is obscured over the whole place, and it is recommended you don't go trying to build any bombs. This is a city of artificers. Half of the people here want to build exclusively explosive objects. So having a specific, you're not allowed to build bombs now sort of timer is a necessary thing. But you know that both being in cloud time, as it's colloquially referred to, would obscure the vision and allow them to get away quickly and quietly.
And from what I've gathered from the other people, would I have an understanding? Have they been re-seen recently?
There are rumors and sightings of robots matching the description, but none that have been confirmed.
Do these a population map or a sort of activity map, would that be within the city or on the edges or nature?
Absolutely. You'd need to go to the Auto Mail Guard for that, but that's not something you don't have access to. They're aware you're on the case.
Well, then Oil would then go to the Auto Mail Guard to seek this information.
Awesome. Yeah, you get there. There are two people waiting for you. They appear to be half-orcs in sort of holographic plate armor over top of full plate armor, with some sort of minor abjurative ward around them as well. It's really hard to look at somebody and immediately know their armor class, but based off of sight alone, these people probably have an AC around the 20 to 25 range. And they nod at you and go,
"Oil." They're just like me for real.
They nod at you. "Oil, good to see you. Good to see you. What do you need? What are you looking for?"
As you likely know, I have been sent here by Xavier Graves.
Yeah. The old
I
man.
would like the activity. I would like where information has been reported about 3IL and 2IL, and like where has the information come from?
Right, you're on the robot case. Alright, yeah. Do you want to wait there for a moment, or are you coming in with us?
Can I? I would come in with them.
Alright. Right on you. Just, you can do that wee sort of the plug-in thing with the computers, yeah?
Understood.
So, yeah, you can, don't knock yourself out, but, you know, knock yourself out.
DM, I am legally allowed to do this, right?
You are currently being given legal permission to do this.
I just wanted to make sure. I will.
Thank you for.
I will then plug myself in.
Oh my god, this is the first time that's ever happened. I've never had a player check before possibly breaking the law. I always have to tell them mid-action that, like, hey, what you're doing is so illegal, and they go, cool, I couldn't care.
0IL, I kind of expected him to automatically do this, and I realized, oh wait, you're gonna have to make me roleplay, like, manually doing this, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I will connect.
You plug in, you get a visual of the map, it pings which each of them. You can see it's focused on just outside of the downtown region, sort of where all of the more intensive and larger factories are than the small family-owned and operated smiths, weapons salesmen, magic shops, and oddities are. You can see, however, along one street, I believe it is referred to as 17th Street. I am eventually going to draw a map of this city, and you'll get it at some point. Around 17th Street that they are being spotted returning to. It seems like everywhere else is just like scattered points, but on that street corner at what would be 17th and 8th, I think. The whole city is set up like a grid because they're all artificers, so of course they would set their magic city up like a grid. I could not imagine them doing anything else.
Understood.
But yeah, just on that corner of 17th and 8th. They seem to
Would that have
a few things. Go, please ask your question.
Would that have easy access to the outside nature part of the city or the inner part of the city?
It is at a good spot for both. It would be a very effective place to be.
Right. And they've been like sort of spotted like in that area, not leaning to like one side or the other. Just like in a circle around it?
No. It is... The whole city is set up like a grid, so at that corner exactly, they are reported being maybe 3 or 4 times.
Right. I would take the data, store it for later, and
good call.
then... Thank you, officer.
Gosh. Let us know if you need anything else. We'll be here. I know you're not much of a feeler, but Bargain over there, he got it hard by this. He's been advocating for what's the bill they call it? The Global Sentience Bill. But this hit the movement for him real hard. So just, if he's a little cold to you, he won't say it, but he's sorry.
DM, how do you pronounce that name?
Bargain?
Understood. I just wanted to make sure I heard it right.
The the absurd accent does a lot to obscure the words. I'll give that to you.
I just wanted to make sure I'm going to be honest, whenever you said the name, I just didn't hear it.
You wanted to make sure I named a real human being Bargain. Yeah, that's fair.
More I wanted to, be able to know the name so I could write it in Oil's notes, since he...
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Feel free to put those notes in the comments section of whatever YouTube video this turns into.
Wow, understood.
But yes. What's next, detective?
Would there be any, advantage to talking to Bargain?
There would not currently be, other than the fact that he is a personal connection to this case.
Bargain works here, right?
Bargain.
Would I know?
Yeah.
Would I know his hours?
He is currently working.
Yeah. Would Oil have access to the shift times of public servants?
I'd say that's something you're able to get, but you'd have to put in a special request and cue the bureaucratic waiting period.
Understood. I would just quickly send a message cantrip to Bargain of what he knows about Free IL. Does he know anything about where Free IL and 2IL are? Wait 15 seconds for a response, and then head out, if not, stopped by him.
Mm-hmm. You get a quick response back that is just that they ruined years of work.
Message. Understood. And then he will leave.
Yep. Yeah, where are you headed?
I'm heading to the corner that they've been spotted 4 times at.
It's good to clarify. You head to the corner of 17th and 8th, and you can see on the side there is a small oddities shop. Seems to be a man by the name of Ajax. It just says Ajax Oddities in big block letters. It's a small purple stand. He's selling arcane spy glasses, spell scrolls, spell storing rings, things that are really useful in this city and pretty much nowhere else. He's got a whole shelf of Bloodwell vials. It's a pretty good shop, all things considered, but he's just there.
Can't say jokes because of how I play Oil. Anyway. DM.
Yes.
How... I don't know how to word this in character. So out of character, how hood is this name? How hood is this part of town?
Not very hood.
Understood. So it's very not much crime.
No. The city of Daedalus does not have a lot of crime. Everybody's far too busy building robots.
is that would Xavier have like designed him with that information? Because that sounds like propaganda.
No, it's not propaganda. It's a whole city of artificers. They do nothing but build robots.
Understood. Because whoever's selling stuff to Free IL and 2IL would probably know who they are, and
For sure.
would that be a crime?
No, that would not be a crime.
Understood. I am going to simply go to any raw material shops within here.
No, doesn't look like it. There are a few small, like, smiths that would have raw materials, but... Excuse me. But not a lot of places that would be directly selling them.
Alright. Like, Oil's current thought process is, what would they need that they would need to, like, repeatedly visit this area for? And he's thinking raw materials, because they cannot heal themselves. They will be naturally damaged by erosion, and so need to, like, self-repair.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm gonna go up. How long would it take me to just ask each shopkeeper, and within a good mile area, like a good, like, 5 minutes, like 5 minutes of questioning each of them? How long would it take me?
About 3-4 hours game time.
Right?
About, like,
I mean, questioning them about
30 seconds real life time.
then Oil is not in a particular rush to find these people. Give me 5 seconds.
Of course. Nope, copyright. Cannot dupe the Mission Impossible theme. That that will get my ass copyright stricken.
Understood. Casting level 4 fireball at the Mission Impossible theme.
Alright, the Mission Impossible theme takes however much damage it takes because it can't make a dex save and dies.
The mission has now become impossible.
The mission is quite possible, I promise.
The mission is now plausible.
Mission possible.
Mission perceivable.
Mission perceivable. So, what's next, Detective? Who are you asking first?
Going up to all of them in a, like, very much whichever one's closest first. Have you been stolen from recently?
Most of them give smaller. Oh no, we haven't been stolen from. Not recently. Just, our suppliers have been pretty good. A lot's been going wrong. Other than those 3 people that died. And it's until you get to a small hut with a series of quite paranoid-looking gnomes in them where you actually get an answer that you like. They turn to you, go, stolen? Yes, we've been stolen from many times. Many times we've been stolen from. Yes, stolen many times. From whom? What was stolen? Many things were stolen. And they just keep sort of pinging off each other, word by word. At what point do you think Oil would cut them off?
Oil would spend the next 60 seconds just trying to, like, find any actually usable information out of, the ramblings.
Summarizing the ramblings, because there's only so much babbling I can do before I start getting annoyed.
Exactly when they were stolen from, what was stolen, how much.
You get that frequently, not raw materials, but they're referred to as arcane crystals.
However, they are just crystalline spell energy. They're a favorite of the gnomes. They like to use them for spellcraft and making things like cubes of force. But they just keep going and going and going and going and going and going, and then you get bits and pieces that about 2 weeks ago from this guy, 4 crates were stolen, says another, and it seemed like the people who did it were fast, and from another guy it seems like they might have made more noise than would make sense. And from another guy, he says they might be robots. Another guy says werewolves. At the end of it, the list of information you get is that somewhere between 1 and 15 crates of something that was either mana crystals or arcane sigil runes imprinted on stone tablets were stolen by anywhere between 1 and 5 people who quite possibly could have been any race available on this city. And it took them much less time than it would have taken professional thieves, almost like they could just punch through anything in their way, almost like they were made of metal. But the information is a lot and not very good.
Thank you for your information and your time.
Of course. A small chorus of good luck to yous and Godspeeds and don't die. They seem awfully proud of that piece of advice.
Exactly, like information. I was given the location they were stolen from, right?
It was that workshop.
I can check the area if anything was perhaps broken or punched through in the area.
Oh god, there are holes in every wall you can see. It would have taken you... yes. It would have taken you about 15 seconds to stop talking to the gnomes, who just kept on rambling, and just sort of look at the clear path of careless destruction in and out of this building.
Does this type of careless behavior fit, from, like, the analysis I've gotten of 3IL and 2IL, does this fit, 3IL or 2IL more? This type of destruction.
2IL. 3IL, well, when a team of people commit a heinous crime together, specifically murder, they will quite frequently develop complexes of a dominant and submissive personality type. This is... keep it in your damn pants. I mean this in a very clinical and literal sense. That they will tend to develop a sort of... one person will take charge. One person will be like, no, I'm doing this. I've got this. And another will be like, I'm listening to you, I'm following your orders, I'm scared shitless right now, and you're, at the very least, pretending to know what you're doing. You are muted.
Understood. I'm trying not to laugh too much as it's not again. Continuing back to the point.
Yes.
I'm killing your piece for that.
I think I'm quite funny.
Alright. Hopefully not. Or at least hopefully not unnaturally.
No, I
genuinely would never kill someone's PC for something the player has done.
Anyway,
So it seems like this sort of careless path of destruction is much more characteristic of a forward and more aggressive personality type, more present in 3IL. Sorry.
All right. All right, careless path of destruction for AL's fault/plan.
Here I am just trying to quote Criminal Minds in Peace.
Sorry, but you said submissive and dominating.
You are so brain-rotted. They're psychology terms.
But, like, at what point does it, like, destruction end?
At the point they exit the building, it really seems like they just sort of bashed their way through and then bashed their way back out.
Alright. And there's, like... Can I analyze the, like, sort of ground outside of the area? Like, in sort of like a general, like, 60-degree, like, area, not 60, 120-degree area around me for, like, trace metals, particularly the metals that 3IL and 2IL would be made of?
Yeah, you find some on the, like, broken pieces of the door where they would have had to force their way in. But it doesn't show you anything new. It just most definitely confirms that they were the ones who did this.
Understood. Sigils, would sigils be used for transmutation?
Sigils would be used in the same way that the arcane crystals would be, where they are just simply storing spell energy.
So this probably wouldn't be used on somebody that they were trying to help. They wouldn't be used on themselves, would it?
It would be difficult to say. You haven't seen the extent of harnessing pure spell energy. It is known to be quite dangerous, and one of those things that you shouldn't do unless you really know how to do it. Sort of, if I had to equate it to anything, on the same level of cooking pufferfish.
Alright. 2IL's specialty was making machines, and 3IL's specialty was weapon mastery, so...
Yes.
Would 2IL know how to handle these things?
2IL would be more likely to know how to handle these things. But, again, this is more characteristic of, actually 10IL's specialty. Being a more, like, hard-pressed, construction-based, construct, to reuse a word. They would be much more knowledgeable on how to put things like batteries, or mana crystals into machines.
I would like to send a sending message to 8IL.
8IL?
Yes, the one that covers finances, finances and resources and actually what we have.
Yes.
And
you get an immediate response back that is just yes? Question mark?
An exact info on every single missing 10IL unit, if there are any.
1 moment. There have been 4 reported missing 10IL units. 2 broken, 2 missing.
What times? Dates?
The earliest dates back to about 3 weeks ago. The latest dates back to this afternoon, as one of them fell from the top of cleaning some windows on our 2nd floor and unfortunately fell on something quite sharp.
Understood.
Of course.
What
else do you need?
Particularly with the missing 10IL unit, what exact days did they go missing on?
1 moment. And they give you the number. I don't have exact dates in my head, but it was about 5 days after the murder. 5 days after the murder.
I think 5 days after the murder. All right. I would like to then just give a positive response to AIL and communications, enter communications of Xavier Graves, and posit my theory that 3IL and 2IL have gained possession of, at minimum, 1 10IL robot and are trying to reprogram it. That is my theory.
Awesome. Can you go ahead and give me a technologies check? That is just intelligence skill check with proficiency, if I haven't added it to your character sheet yet.
All right. 26.
Fuck. I forgot you rolled crazy.
You forgot I'm a fucking robot.
I forgot you are a machine. Yeah. You attempt to set up a communication with Xavier, and it keeps getting rerouted to an unspecified communication.
Where is this communication geographically being rerouted to?
Geographically, it's being rerouted to the inside of a cellular factory. However, this doesn't tell you much, other than whoever is rerouting this is not doing so manually.
Alright, I do not, out of character, I may be stupid, but I do not see how where I am leads to anything else, so I'm gonna head to that factory.
Yeah?
It's odd that they disconnect. It's odd that it is random. Why would it disconnect Xavier, but not AIL whenever they are not right next to each other, but within the same property?
Mm-hmm. You head over to the cellular factory, and can I get an investigation check, please?
Quick thing. Can I have about 20 seconds to write something down?
Absolutely.
All right. Current theory. 3IL and 2IL have obtained and are trying to reprogram a 10IL unit. Minimum 1, maximum 2.
Do you have any theories on what they might be doing with it?
Not currently.
Let me know when you're done.
All right. Also, would 10IL break from a simple stab wound that wouldn't be repairable? It's a majority metal.
Much more susceptible to bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. Alright. I'm assuming he fell and yes, I've gendered all of Xavier's robots he because I want to.
Sure.
Zero IL is in fact EM. Anyway, moving on. But I assume it just like punctured their power source. It's fine. Hanaya units are meant to be replaceable.
Yeah.
They're all the same fucker.
It seems more like it was the fall that did it. It's just falling onto something sharp sort of sealed their fate, where they would just be critically injured otherwise.
Understood. What check did you want me to roll, DM?
Investigation.
Understood. I am a robot. Natural 20. Plus 10. A 30.
Oh, a 30. You scan quickly, knowing exactly where the signal is coming from. Your eyes dart over to a small box with an antenna sticking out of it, with a small red beep, 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 beep coming from it as a flashing light goes in time with the beeping. You head over to it, seeing it as a simple signal disruptor.
Wait a couple seconds. Quickly, is this supposed to be here? Is this like part of a normal factory? And two, does this look like a bomb?
One, does not look like a bomb. Looks like a signal disruptor. Something to take a specific signal from one point to another, stop it, and move it to a third point. And again, no, it does not look like a bomb. And the cellular sort of broadcast bank is normal. This device is not.
Understood. I am going to grab it, try to take it off without breaking it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Understood. I'm going to guidance that.
Okay.
A 19.
19?
Yep.
Pretty good. Yeah, you go around, you find the sort of central point. It's been like duct taped to it, but you can just sort of snip it with a small blade that comes out of your fingers. It's mostly made for opening letters, but, you know, serves its purpose quite well. And you unplug it. And you can take it with you. It's no longer functional, but a few minutes later, do you leave immediately, actually? I'll ask this.
First thing I do is I am going to, like, quickly contain it, and, like, you're going to see me, like, grab it, and then some sort of, like, hologram type of light is going to come out of my hands, and then surround the object, and then effectively I'm putting it in a fancy bag.
Yeah.
But I am just, like, containing it as, like, a piece of evidence. And then I will put it on my purse. Like, I will put it in, like, my storage containment. And I will wait here for the next 5 minutes, keeping perception.
Yep. After a few minutes, the lights turn off. Do you have dark vision?
I do have dark vision.
Awesome. Immediately, a small flashlight, tick, 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 in the back of your head goes off. And you are looking around.
It's more like night vision than a, like, light thing. He will do light deliberately.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, he's doing more night vision.
Less of a flashlight, more of a quick switch, like you did with the thermal vision, over to a green filtered night vision, as you see two people approaching you from a distance.
All right.
Can you go ahead?
I am going to. Privately, I'm going to set my shotgun setting to stun, as I think these are normal human people, but I just want to be sure. And if they are normal human people and they're hostile, I don't want to kill them.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me an insight check.
All right. Uh, 26. I need a screenshot of these rolls. I'm rolling like a machine. So 26, a 19 plus 7.
Damn. You see as they are moving towards you. At first, you switch it over to stun, you begin to approach them, but you realize they're not moving. They're moving towards you, but
they're not actually moving. And then you look down and see their legs and arms aren't moving either, and that they are simply cutouts moving along a track. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Goofy Looney Tunes shit. Okay. Check. Guidancing that by the way. 16, a 14, like, with 2 guidance.
Awesome. You hear
16.
someone coming up behind you, large, lumbering steps, thonk, 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 and does a... I'm so sorry. Does a 27 hit?
Can I do my reaction?
What depends on what it is.
I have. Give me a second. Let me get to the actions. I have Gift of a Metallic Dragon, Protective Wings, which as a reaction lets me give myself or an ally a +5 to my AC.
Would that
Yes.
be enough?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Your
I
class
am a
is
robot.
22?
My character is designed to get the job done. But yes.
Character's designed to never be fucking hit. Goddamn. You pull up. I assume you want this flavored as a sort of holographic shield over your body, much less as the literal dragon wings that it's meant to be.
Like, as he notices this, he attempts to dodge, computes he will not be able to dodge this, and then a shield appears in front of him as he's going to aim at whatever the fuck is attacking him.
Awesome, yeah. As you are attacked, you can see a 10IL unit that has been hollowed out, a back panel open, as you can see a second robot on the inside, piloting it with levers and small arm movements as it takes a large lumbering swipe at you before reaching over, ripping one of the telephone poles out of the ground, and brandishing it like a baseball bat. You have an opportunity to act before they attack again.
Understood. Can I see the person piloting it?
You can see that there is a person piloting it. You cannot see who it is.
Good. I would act by... I want to do, like, a threat level... Can I do a threat level analysis, like, as a free action, or...
I'll call it a bonus action, but go ahead and give me an investigation check. Or insight, actually.
Never mind. He's not in a, like, resource type scenario. He's going to call 10IL, like, one of his.
Yeah. Fucking sure.
And can I use my movement?
Yeah, you can.
Immediately...
Sorry.
Like...
There we go.
Sort of like in a dashing blur, like, and a dash blur just, like, goes behind the robot to get a good look at whatever's piloting it, as 10IL just lands in front of it.
Yeah. That's
10IL.
15. That's 10. You absolutely have the movement to get there. As another 10IL lands here.
I am going to say 10IL. Objective: immobilize the puppet 10IL unit and capture its pilot.
Understood. And yeah, I assume this is you casting Summon Construct?
Yep, as my action for my funny magic item.
Lovely.
My funny spell screening.
They act on their own initiative, I believe.
believe so, but let me review the spell real quick. Summon construct. Blah, 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 blah. They have. I do not know. So for now, we'll just assume so.
Yeah, okay. They would go now, so go ahead and take their actions.
Yeah. But I'd be rolling initiative. Also.
Initiative goes them, you, Teniel.
Understood. Them being the enemy, right?
Yeah, them being the enemy, yes.
All right. So it'd be my turn, and then my turn. I have used my bonus action. Now that I'm behind them, can I properly see what they are?
Uh-huh. Sorry.
All right. What do I see?
Sorry, I need to grab something. You see that there is a second robot that looks a lot like One-IL. Just in the back there, sort of, in a little room that's been hollowed out and made, pulling levers and moving the arms frantically. You can see they're getting ready for their next attack. In this moment, though, it is your construct's turn.
All right. Inside Teniel's head, New Fury, 2IL and 3IL are attempting to mass manufacture robots of their own and are stealing components to do so. Objective unknown.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And as for what my funny buddy, that's not what I meant to say. As for what Teniel does.
Mm-hmm.
Multi-attack. He is going to try and hit him.
Roll to hit.
Try to hit him hard. Your spell attack modifier to hit. What is my spell attack modifier? Plus 10. Cool. 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Nice. And it will do what? It does 11 damage, as he's going to attack again.
Okay.
25 to hit.
25 hits.
So in total... I believe 18 damage in total.
18 damage total, so you dealt 7 damage with this attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a 7 plus 4, wait. Oh, plus the spell's level bludgeoning damage. What does that mean? So it's at, I think what it's saying is 1d8 plus 4 plus 4, which means it would be 18 plus 4 plus 4, which would be 26 in total, 26 damage.
Okay, 26 damage, thank you. It is their turn, so they're going to make 2 attacks against your Teniel. That is a 23 and a 25. Do both of those hit?
Both of those hit, as it's 13 plus the level, as I believe. I believe he has 17. I believe my Teniel unit has 17 AC, so yes, they would both hit.
Oh, I love a good crunchy crit.
Good crunchy crit. Yes, I'm gonna nom on that.
3.
Each Teniel unit has 40 HP, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
If they're cast above 5th level, they would have more. 40 HP.
Okay, sorry. 23 plus 14. That's 37 points of damage.
All right.
As
Teniel is going to...
they
Teniel is
just
going to catch Storm, and then it's just going... like, can I describe how he would like do that?
Yeah, go for it.
Tanael would catch the arm, but the other Tanael is so strong. So as he does, it just it's just going to keep pushing downwards and downwards, and his like legs are going to start like hearing like creaking and like groaning sounds as like bolts and shit are starting to like just fly out, and metal starting to like splinter like in like his legs and his like lower core.
Yeah,
as it looks like his lower half is about to like literally fall apart.
Yeah, you can see that the other. Well, you can see the little small robot inside of the other 10IL starts jumping gleefully. They turn around, seeing you, and can you go ahead and give me an intimidation check with advantage?
Understood. Oh wait, this guy has emotions. Understood. Meaning he knows what execute.exe is. Alright, intimidation check with advantage. I got two 14s. I have no modifier to intimidation check. I just have a gun.
Yeah.
Surrender now, or I will execute.exe.
You see they just scamper back slightly. You see they just like fumble back slightly before grabbing something in the cockpit, I guess, and taking a wild shot, missing horribly as the bullet ping 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 pings around the empty factory. And it is your turn.
All right. Can I flavor that? It's just I catch the bullet. Can I?
No catching bullets just yet.
Damn, that's gonna hit like a pedestrian. God damn it. I know for a fact it's gonna hit a pedestrian.
I promise you,
I guess I have to
not hit a pedestrian.
So, alright, did he, so he did not, like, surrender, correct?
He is not currently surrendering, but he does look fucking terrified.
Cool, execute.exe. Bonus action?
Yep.
Make a saving throw, a dexterity saving throw, and, bada bing, bada boom.
Dex save.
Does a 23 hit the armor class?
Yes, a 23 hits, and they got a 9 on their dex save.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun! So for my bonus action, he takes 36 damage. I just laser him.
He's dead.
I'm going to be aiming laser him, just completely destroy the lower his legs, basically. Shooting his legs off, shooting his arms off, trying to not damage the core. That's the idea.
Yeah, unfortunately, you did deal, how much damage did you deal?
36.
Awesome. Unfortunately...
by the way, the 10IL units also going to have to make the con save. Not going to take dex save.
Yeah. Sorry. You did deal 18 times their total max hit points. So they are just fully eviscerated. You point your optic blast at them as they just vanish in a small puff of red ash, looking almost rusty in their deconstruction. As the 10IL unit, or what was at one point the 10IL unit, just falls forwards, dealing a cataclysmic 4 points of damage to your 10IL unit as it collapses on top of it.
Is the 10IL unit still, intact?
Yes. Well,
got it.
It doesn't have a back end, but it is still intact.
Alright. All right. I going to think for a couple of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
A quick investigation check or whatever check I have to make. Can I see any other robots around me, or hear them, or any sense of them?
Yeah.
Actually, DM, can I turn on my heat vision?
Absolutely, you can. You flick on your heat vision, looking around. It's quite dark. You can't see anything, no outlines, but you can see one heat signature, just a small, teeny tiny pinprick of glowing heat up on the roof.
Understood. I'm going to fly up to it.
Awesome. As you begin flying up to it, it begins flying away as well.
And also, wait, what is it doing?
It is flying away as well.
All right. 10IL's by way verbal command is to secure the enemy and make sure that they are not taken away.
Yeah.
Effectively guard.
You see your big 10IL unit just sort of lifts them up, puts them on their shoulder, and goes, home.
All right. Is it moving at the same speed as me?
Give or take.
Hmm.
You might be slightly faster.
Can I, what would happen if I cast a spell magic on its flying ability?
Its magic abilities are not... Its flying abilities are not magically based.
Understood. Just a simple solution. Casting Longstrider, I'm just going to be faster than it, and I'm going to grab it.
Just gonna be faster than him. Yeah. You crash into 2IL as he is making his escape. It is mid-air. You are both falling. 2AL is going to make 2 attacks against you. Unarmed strikes. Right. That is a 21. That misses. And that is a 29.
All right. Hey, DM, do you want to hit this shot?
Hey, whatever you want to do, you want to do. You caught him.
Hey, what?
You found him.
I can't say that because that's not how 10IL would work. No, he would always make sure that he's not hit. So as he's doing this, yeah, I'm using a metallic dragon thingy as my reaction.
Again, you can tank. You can avoid a 29 to hit.
Yes.
With
maximum AC is 30.
Fuck's sakes.
I can complete my mission by doing this, but yeah, he misses both as a 10IL is just going to grab whatever weapon he's using, no matter if it's his hand or a gun, and physically stop him.
Yeah, he's just like slamming his elbow into you a few times as you guys begin falling down, and down out of the sky. You will both take falling damage, but you have a few rounds before that happens.
I'd like to ask a quick question. Internally, my goals, would capturing 2IL or killing or destroying 2IL come first?
I believe it is capturing.
Understood. All right. Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Let me research something about how the spell web works.
I'll let you use it to make a, cushion.
Oh, no, that's not a problem. 0IL can fly. And I assume I'm not... Am I grappled?
Not grappled. If anything, you have him grappled. You're just falling at the same time, perpendicular to one another.
Right. Zero Isle is going to bonus action, like funny laser things. I'm attempting to destroy his legs entirely.
God, what are you doing to do so?
Lasering them.
Yeah, that's a dex save.
It's both a dex save and a. Let me roll to hit. A 23 to hit and a dex save of 18.
Let me roll something. Sorry. That does not hit. And
Understood.
a 22.
Wait, damn.
Yes.
All right. He would take half damage. I have my reaction back because it's my turn, right?
Correct.
I am going to use Flash of Genius on that as my reaction.
Flash of Genius on what?
On the laser to hit, which gives me an extra +5 to hit, I believe.
Awesome. That would
Right.
lower it to raise it to a
23 +5.
23 plus 5, so 28. Raise it to a 22. That hits. Oh, wait, hold on.
No, it doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. It only applies to ability checks or saving throws.
Okay,
I'm sorry about that.
so it does not hit, but he also succeeds his dex save on a 23.
Cool. He's going to take half damage. He's going to take 7 damage.
Yeah. You give it a quick blast of this laser, and he doesn't seem ultimately harmed, but he is still gritting his teeth and smacking his shoulder into you. You grabbed his one arm, and he's just started hitting you with the other one.
Ah, for fuck's sake. No, I'll make this simple. Action, web on the ground. I'm using my movement to move us towards the web faster. Like, downwards.
Jesus, you're pulling him down, yeah.
I am, like, just slamming into the ground, into the web. I'm trying to get him caught in it.
Yeah. He is going to make 2 more attacks against you as you're falling. 1 misses. The other is a... Oh shit, that's a 30.
That's a 30.
Need to roll a 19 to hit you. That's a 30, which deals a earth-shattering... Oh shit, crunchy crit. So that's...
Did he roll in that 20?
No. 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Understood. He's going to face take it. Not face take it, body take it.
Yeah. As you are hurtling towards the thing, he sees you are about to land, and go ahead and give me a grapple check, because he's going to try and grab your shoulders, move you towards the earth, and push you into the web first.
Alright, what would I do for a grapple check?
Athletics.
Okay. Wait, crap, I rolled the wrong thing for that. It is just a flat 17. I rolled acrobatics, but, yeah, no, it's a flat 17, not 22. Flat 17.
17?
For athletics, it is 17, yes.
Okay. And I got an 19. Okay. So he's
I can use
seconds.
Flash of Genius on this.
Yes,
I can
you
use Flash of
can.
Genius on this.
You see him grab one arm around your shoulder to the plate that was just installed. One arm forwards your shoulders to pull and push at the same time, rotating you. You see, almost like an MMA fighter, his grapple is weak. He is leaving himself wide open as you get your arm but in front of one shoulder, pushing it up, grabbing his collar, and spinning around, slamming him into the web. As he lands, he is going to Misty Step. You are clinging onto him, so this Misty Steps the both of you, but as soon as you hit the web and stop moving, he Misty Steps against a wall in an alleyway. You have him by the collar, slammed against the wall. What's next, detective?
Is there any way for me to communicate, like, as a free action? Or do I have to use a bonus action for that?
No. You can communicate on a free action. Initiative is over.
And I call Xavier.
Yeah.
Alright, this, like, sending message to Xavier by proxy, all of the IL robots of exact coordinates to IL located in combat.
He is going to cast on-off.
I am going to cast a gun.
He casts on-off, disabling that communication. He goes, not a chance in hell.
You have committed to IL. You have committed 2 murders and an accomplice for free. You will be captured.
1.
Or destroyed.
1. I committed 1 murder. I'm an accomplice to 2.
Updating data.
You can see he's struggling against your arm. He's trying to fight it, but your grip is good. You have him.
Alright. I don't remember. Oh, I got that. Alright, DM.
Yep. Yes?
You okay?
Yeah.
Is this alleyway, like, are there any exits to it?
Yeah, 2. That's what makes it an alleyway.
Right, what would happen if I conjured a wall of fire inside of it?
The alleyway would set on fire. What is your intention with this?
Disabling 2IL physically.
Oh, you want to just sort of lock him in, right?
I'm trying to break his limbs.
I would say you're close, too close. Anything that would severely damage him will severely damage you.
Right. Do I have a time limit to think about stuff?
No, absolutely. Just, we're on record. Say what you're thinking.
Right. Can't fire well from this distance, so, yeah, I'm going to cast a 4th level heat metal on him.
Jesus Christ.
As I'm going to, no, I'm not going to stop the cripple it. Focused on, his legs, lower area, I'm going to cast a 4th level heat metal on him as I'm using my bonus action to laser him and destroy his arms. His arm that I'm not holding.
Damn.
That's what I'm going to try to.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll for that. You blast him. You strategically place your heat metal around the spots on 3 of his limbs, and as he starts to scream, you sever them completely. He clatters against the wall. Any bit of him that's still fighting has left.
DM Did Xavier design any of the robots to feel pain?
Not that you're aware of.
Why are you screaming?
You cut my fucking limbs off.
You're not Xavier does not design his robots to feel pain.
Xavier did not design much of anything. He's a fucking hack. And he spits in your face.
Does he have spit?
It's more in spirit.
Alright, fact check.
You know
Right,
Xavier
not-
designed you. At the very least, designed you. You have access to your blueprints. His signature's on them.
Understood. No matter. I'm just gonna log this information for later, and I continue with the process of just destroying all of his limbs. Has backup come yet?
Backup is here, yeah. You can see he's still, like, thrashing against you with the limb he still has. As the officer's cup.
Fourth gauge. Needed.
They go, I don't think you'll need much of anything. We can take you from here.
Is my objective to give it to the police or give it to Xavier?
Your objective is to bring them to justice.
Just flat bring them to justice?
Just flat bring them to justice. Whether that is Xavier dismantling them, killing them, turning them into the police, bringing them to jail directly, or, I reiterate, just goddamn killing them. Any of those suffice wonderfully.
Understood. I'm going to destroy 2IL's last limb.
I'll say that would constitute unnecessary force.
Is there any way I can just, I want to sever it. I want to make sure that he cannot, no matter what, escape.
He doesn't have any damn legs. The only thing that's left is his left arm. He's not getting out.
Is it illegal to do this?
It's definitely unethical.
Boyle would not care. He's going to shotgun off that arm.
Awesome. Roll to hit.
Alright. A 14 to hit.
No. 14 does not hit.
When you attempt it again.
And with that, as he's carted away, and you're still left confused on what has happened or what they needed any of that for, but you got one. You got them. And with that, we will pick up another time. Bye, YouTube.